I just finished reading the book The Diary of a CEO by Steven Bartlett, and the book talked about 33 laws about business, life, relationships, success, failure, and managerial roles. I am not going to share all of the 33 laws that I learned in this video. I'm just going to talk about some of the things that stayed with me personally from the book and some other things that challenged how I think and see things now. If you are new here, my name is Rukayat and I am called the Clarity Creator. I enjoy reading so much and I love to impact lives. Now, let's get straight into reviewing this book and sharing some of my lessons with you. When I just started reading the book, the first law talked about how I need to fill my 5 cups, how I need to fill them accordingly, and to ensure that I don't go from not filling cup one, cup two to wanting to fill cup three because they will all work in my favor based on their hierarchy. If I don't have cup one and cup two and I'm jumping to cup three, it's incomplete. I'm going to be attaching what these cups says as an overlay to this video. Another thing that I learned from this book that stayed with me was when the author talked about how you don't find your purpose, you build it. As somebody who grew up with the question, what is my purpose? Everybody around me seems to know what they want to do, what they are supposed to be doing, and there is me who doesn't know what I'm supposed to be doing. So I kept asking myself the question of what exactly is my purpose? What am I supposed to do on this life? In this life, rather. When I read this book, the author talked about how maybe our purpose isn't a lost phone that we need to keep searching for to find. Maybe our purpose is simply that thing we naturally gravitate towards, that thing we do when people are watching or when they are not watching, when we get paid for or when we are not getting paid for. Just that thing. That's our purpose right there. So it's not something you need to stress to find. I didn't know better, so yeah. Another law that I learned from this book that stayed with me was when the author talked about how when you are chasing too many things, let me use rats as an example. Someone who chases 2 rats ended up catching neither of them. Now it's okay to aspire to want to be so many things, but it is not okay to try to build 2 or more things at the same time. They all need attention and you cannot spread it across. You would not gain much. As somebody who is industrious in nature herself, this will give me a better view and a better understanding of understanding priorities. Which one needs to be done now? Which one can I delegate? Which one can I delete? This is not your time yet. Which one can be on hold? I really learned that in this book. Another law that stayed with me was when Stephen Bartlett said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend your time with. I used to hear Jim Rohn say this thing too, and I just understand it better. Yoruba would say, Atoshi. I don't know that word. Adage failed me. Yeah. I cannot explain how the Yorubas. I'm Yoruba, but I don't know that adage fully. But when I hear it, I know this is what they're saying. So let me explain it in English. If you are sitting with 5 foolish people, trust me, it's just a matter of time. You'll be the sixth foolish person in the group. And that's what this book is simply trying to tell us. You are the average of the 5 people you spend your time with. So watch closely. The people you spend your time with, do they inspire you to do more? Or are they average people? Are they people that settle for less? Look inward your circle and make a better choice if you are spending your time with mediocre people. Another law that I really liked from this book was when it talked about our habits being a reflection of our identity. Do you tell yourself, oh, I want to be a reader? I want to become a reader. And you're not actually reading. You're just wishing. You're not doing. Why? You tell yourself, oh, I want to become healthy. We are not eating balanced diet food. You keep consuming junks. You tell yourself, oh, I want to build more hams. I want to look more sexy. But you're not eating the gym. Cease to cease. Do something about it. Another thing that stayed with me from the book was knowing that the more I learn, the less I know. Now, this is it. Excuse me. Before reading this book, I would have thought, oh, I know these things, but reading them exposed my mind to how so little I wholly know. Now, hold up, let me tell you something. When I read Law 33 simply says, learning never ends. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth. Before reading this book, I would have thought to myself, oh, I know so much. But reading this book opened my eyes, it broadened my perspective, it reshaped how I'm starting to see businesses. I don't own a business yet, but I've learned some laws about businesses. I've learned how to undo people. I have learned how to be a manager. I pictured myself as a manager when I was reading a managerial role about how a man who was managing footballers dealt with one of them. When I was reading about entrepreneurship, I learned how you need to learn how to hire, fire, and train people. It talked about how one bad apple, that's one bad employee, can affect the other good employees if you don't learn to eliminate bad employees. No matter the trophy they've won for your company, no matter how good you think they are, if you keep keeping an employee just because, oh, this person is good, oh, this person brings sales in, but you are overlooking the bad habits they have, the bad culture they bring to your company, and trust me, you are going to regret it. I didn't know this too until I read this. Now, did you see the effect of reading? There are some of the laws that I've read in this book that they won't come to play now until I find myself in such situation tomorrow, and I'm telling myself, you know what, all up, it's in my brain bank. This is not how I learned to figure it out. That's the beauty of reading. That's the beauty. It compounds. Store it. Keep it in your brain bank. When you need it, whatever currency you need, you'll be able to gladly give it out. Now, I've thrown a question to you. If you've ever read The Diary of a CEO by Steven Bartlett, tell me one of the laws or takeaways from the book that you think is going to be an evergreen one for you. And if you've not read it, tell me one book you are currently reading. I would love to up on the moving train too. And if you are new here, welcome. You are officially part of the community. And I call my community members the Clarity Crew. Your Clarity Creator loves you. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.